next, we'll see the last two #1 overall picks. Joe Burrow hosting the former Clemson Tiger, Trevor Lawrence. It's the Jaguars in town for a fight against the Bengals, and it's coming your way on Thursday night.
It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news at Paul Brown Stadium. That's where we're at here in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at our featured team here. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're...
in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. For the first time, the Jacksonville Jaguars set to go here on offense, led out by the new face of the franchise, the #1 overall pick, of course, from this year's draft. It's Trevor Lawrence out of Clemson.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
So I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. On 4th down on his Logan Cook to punt. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. Time to see the Bengals offense go to work, and leading them out, the #1 overall pick in the 2020 draft, Joe Burrow, now his 2nd season out of LSU.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Get in there and get what you want, G. Get in there and get what you want, boy. Big things today, baby. Big things today, y'all. I told you, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. What are you doing? He too little to play with me, baby. I feel you, dog. I feel you.
Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Well, we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, it's Burrow. He completes it to Tate. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. 18 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
From just shy of midfield, Lawrence connecting here with DJ Shark. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Lawrence to Shark, 1st down, Jacksonville. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Now Lawrence. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dan Arnold, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game. They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Lawrence.
Incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
And Shark calls it in. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down.
They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, first and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And the 2015 first-round pick, Malcolm Brown, brings him down. Now it's Burrow.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10.
They'll start on the ground. Etienne.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Now Lawrence to throw. And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the first down in the process. Now Lawrence on first down.
Finds the open target, Arnold. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, this
defense for the Bengals. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. On third down, Lawrence completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jags with a football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
They'll run with Etienne. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
One more time with Etienne. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. From the shotgun, Lawrence right there. Chenault for the Jacksonville touchdown. Laviska Shenault, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to bounce.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Here's Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Rookie Trevor Lawrence of the Jaguar offense ready to take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. DJ Chark, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. He'll drop that underneath to ETN. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
And that's a pleasing run there by Travis Etienne, and every time I see him carry it, I think of the word mature. Why? 4 full seasons at Clemson, not something you normally get with a running back. Had almost 5,000 yards rushing, the school record, along with 70 rushing touchdowns. That's both the school record and ACC record. The 2nd running back taken in the draft after Najee Harris from Alabama, number 25 overall. He's now wearing number 1 in the NFL after wearing number 9 at Clemson. He loves those single digits.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Running out of the gun with ETN. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. From midfield now, Lawrence. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
Joe Burrow and the Bengals set to go back on offense.
I think this crowd not really sure what to make of things. Their guys have not looked very good. Their leader here at the top, he hasn't looked that great either.
And most of the time you hear guys talk about how they don't let the crowd affect them or they block it off. Well, that's not really fully true because a lot of the times you ride the wave of emotion with a crowd when it's positive for you. In this case, they've got to find a way to shake it off and at least get something done to maybe put the crowd back on their side.
Absolutely. Give these guys something to cheer about.
Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
They go play action with Burrow. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films. They came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
23 yards the pickup there.
And Tyler Boyd's one of those guys that seems to fly under the radar, but he finds ways to get open, and he has nice hands. He's averaged right around 80 catches a year his last 3 seasons.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. And they go play action now. Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now it's Burrow. And his throw is incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And Burrow going to throw again. And this one's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Burrow will throw. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Now Etienne to start the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Going for the deep ball. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. And that is incomplete here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw, Lawrence. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And
his throw here's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. From midfield now, Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, Charles, thanks very much. Welcome in, everybody, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's take a look at what we've got on tap as we wrap up the 1st quarter of the NFL season. We'll start in the early window and begin up in Minneapolis. A tough one for the homestanding Vikings as they'll match up against the Cleveland Browns. Later in the afternoon, a lot of the country will be watching the game at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it'll be the Packers taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And finally, on Monday Night Football, a good one in the AFC West, the Raiders and Chargers live from SoFi Stadium. We continue on with the check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw pulled in by Tate. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Dumps it off to Mixon. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
On second and very short, Lawrence. Looking downfield for Jones. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. A handoff for Etienne. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Etienne will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Let's go!
Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and it's now 21-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was finished off by the rookie Travis Etienne.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Pettis now on the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Bengals set to take over.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle. They come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward.
Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Burrow looking to pass.
And that one complete once again to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage. And that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area. So you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
First down. Here's Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Now Burrow.
A bullet throw, but incomplete. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's out right at the 25. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. They go play action now. Lawrence.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
And when you draft a rookie quarterback, as the Jags did with Trevor Lawrence, you want a veteran presence for him. And Marvin Jones, he fits the bill. 5 years in Detroit, 10 years overall in the league.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Lawrence. Connection made with Chenault. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket. They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Etienne. A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Lawrence to throw. Finds the open target, Arnold. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. That'll be caught right side, Chenault with it. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Arnold. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dan Arnold, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Jaguars are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Ready to go on offense, out come the Bengals. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. 3 yards the gain there. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on second down. Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Now it's Burrow. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. And Burrow going to throw again. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Over the middle, he finds Higgins.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him out the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
McPherson on for the point after.
It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Lawrence.
Being chased out left.
And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the 1st down in the process. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a 1st down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
He'll find O'Shaughnessy open left side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
7 yards, the pickup there. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Here's a give to Etienne.
And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space.
66 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On second down, ETN once more. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. Here's Lawrence. Eluding the pressure, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career, but he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
Lambo to add on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by Trevor Lawrence taking it in himself. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Burrow will throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. K'Lavon Chaisson. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Burrow looking to pass. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. On the return, here's Agnew. 35 yards that time on the punt. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Rookie Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguar offense ready to take over. ETN with it. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll go again with ETN. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 11. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. A handoff to Mixon. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Etienne once more. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now he's forced out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Now Burrow loses the football. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. On 2nd and a long way to go. Burrow. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Jaguars, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll drop